Sam Bryson bloody loved that pony. Looked after it ever since it came to the pit 3.5 years ago. Said it had character. Named him Craster because he liked to skip sideways when he was skittish, just like a Craster crab. He said he had the most personality of any of the ponies he kept for the colliery, and he felt sad that the pony had to live so much of his life underground. Bloody waste of a bloody good pony, he'd say at the pub. If I had the wherewithal, I'd buy him for our Emily, and she could ride him on the beach every day. Emily was his other love, his grand bairn. 10 years old, but always ailing. Her chest was bad. She scared her parents every winter when the goose fat under her bodice only just kept the pneumonia at bay. Dr. Jacobs said it looked like TB, but what does he know? He's only a bairn himself. He wanted Emily to go away to the countryside, but what kind can't afford that sort of care? And we've got the best air here by the sea, haven't we? Except for the coal dust. The bloody black dust that's killed enough of it over the years. That morning was bugger, really. It had stotted with rain the night before and the underground stables had flooded. The ponies were in a right fettle and weren't going to behave for anyone, not even Sam. Craster wasn't having his yoke put on. He needed it to pull the coal tubs and to protect him from the tight walls which would scrape his poor hide as the tunnels narrowed. Time's money to the pit manager, and money could be docked for delays by the horse. The only way we could get the yoke on them was to get them up to the surface stables, which agitated them even more, and Craster in particular. He wasn't going to be calmed by a sugar lump or a whisper in his ear. No way. But Sam knew exactly what was required. The twitch. You need to be an expert to use a twitch on a pony, and even more so when you're working with Craster in a raj. Now, a twitch is a stick with a small rope loop at the end, which when attached to and twisted onto the upper lip causes the animal to go into a daze and stand still. It's a bit like grabbing a puppy by the scruff of the neck. This usually lasts for a few minutes, long enough to get the yoke on. The only things to watch are not keeping the twitch on for more than 5 minutes and absolutely not standing in front of the beast whilst the twitch is attached. Sam knew this. He'd done it all his working life, but today he was distracted. That morning, Emily had given him a dahlia to put into Craster's bridle. She'd had an awful cough with the damp, and Sam promised to give Craster the flower to cheer her up and maybe calm her laboured breath. So Sam slowly strokes Craster's long brown nose until he reaches his velvet lips. "How here, bonny lad, let's get this on you without a radgie. Emily's got thee a flower to make you look like a proper dandy." The pony's eyes flashed, his ears trembled. Sam slips the twitch on and Craster's dazed. He's got 4 minutes to put the yoke on. He moved swiftly, slipping the leather over the pony's neck and then to his pocket to get the dahlia, which falls to the floor like a purple butterfly in the rain. Sam bobs down to get it before it's crushed under hoof and comes up with it in his hand, but too suddenly, and in front of the pony. I called out, "Not in front, man!" But the sound didn't come out. I couldn't spook the horse. Craster reared. It was only natural, and his hooves came down on Sam's forearm, which he held up in front of his face. I thought Sam was a goner. He fell to the floor on his back and he covered his face with his hands. Craster reared again, ready to crush the keeper who loved him. It felt biblical to me, a Judas betrayal. Sam rolled away in time and we grabbed the bridle and Craster calmed down, yoked and ready to go back down. Sam rescued the dahlia and placed it in the bridle. A silly accident. Sam could have kicked himself, he said, but it was done. A nasty bruise, but nothing more, we thought. We went back down to work, back to the usual routine. Sam told Emily that Craster had been calmed by her beautiful dahlia, and he said that Craster sent her a neigh and a velvet lip kiss. She asked her granddad about his bruise, but he laughed it off, and he kissed her too. A fortnight later, Sam was dead. Blood poisoning and the last-minute amputation of his arm. I don't think he qualified for compensation. Poor Emily will never be able to ride Craster on Camas Beach now.